Hi, in this video I'd like to talk about the importance of differentiating infertility and recurrent miscarriage. Now, a very common mistake we see from our patients is that when they experience recurrent miscarriage, they immediately go for IVF or IUI as recommended by their doctors. Now, why is this commonly happening? And then, even though going for IVF, they still don't see any success rates. Miscarriages still happen, they still don't have children. Now, let's talk about this topic. So, infertility and recurrent miscarriage, technically they sound like the same problem. For the layman, it might be the same problem, and then it is technically kind of the same. Both conditions result in no children. So, infertility and recurrent miscarriage can be considered to be the same condition, but the important distinction here is that infertility means you cannot get pregnant at all. There is no formation of the zygote. The sperm cell cannot meet the egg cell, or even if they meet, they cannot. There is no formation of the zygote, which means there is no pregnancy. There is no HCG levels at all. As for recurrent miscarriage, the gametes, which means the sperm and the egg cell, are able to meet. They're able to form. This zygote is able to implant. It's able to secrete HCG levels, and your pregnancy can develop. As for how long it develops, and then it terminates itself, and then this is what we call recurrent miscarriage. Both of these have individual underlying causes, which are very separate and also have separate treatment methods. But what's happening nowadays is that infertility patients are recommended for miscarriage treatment, and miscarriage treatment patients are recommended for infertility treatment. Both patients don't get any benefits, but the only people who benefit is the doctors, because they recommend IVF. IVF, one cycle can cost up to hundreds of thousands, and then even if you fail, they will say statistically this is the numbers, so you're just unlucky, just try again, and they earn another paycheck. Very easy business for them. So IVF is notorious to be a money-making business, especially in the fertility field. This is something that patients need to be aware of. Firstly, figure out what your condition is. Is it miscarriage or is it infertility? Talk to a doctor that you actually trust, and not just by their words and by their actions. IVF doctors don't really care. They only want you to spend money to come to their facilities, undergo multiple cycles, and end up with a failure, and then try again. They don't really diagnose what is going on first. Is there any hormonal problems? Is there any organic problems? Any anatomical issues? They just want you to go for IVF or IUI. This is a standard protocol nowadays. So here at Antai Hospital, we first want to figure out what is going on in the underlying cause according to your medical history, pregnancy history, full systemic diagnosis as what's going on internally and externally. Then only we can recommend you, are you actually an infertile person? Are you suitable to go for IVF? Because with these types of systemic diagnosis, then only we can tell you that you'll be successful for IVF. You don't need to actually pray to know that you are going to be successful or not. A lot of people see failures because IVF is not suited for them, but doctors still recommend them because it's becoming a profitable business. So if you're a miscarriage patient, then you need to find a miscarriage specialist, find out what's going on internally. Is there an immunity factor? Is there a hormonal factor? Is there problems with the uterus, the ovaries, the egg cells? Is there a problem with the partner? All of these needs to be systemically diagnosed and then categorized according which are you infertile or are you having a recurrent miscarriage problem. Antai Hospital has already been here in this field for up to 25 years, so we know who is actually telling the truth, who is actually just for the profits. So, and now 25 years of experience, we've had up to 35,000 patients who are either infertile or recurrent miscarriage. They all have successfully received treatment and then started their own family. And you can do the same as well. Get in touch with us via the website and then find out what's actually going on in your pregnancy history. Is it infertility? Is it a miscarriage? Is it chemical pregnancy? Get in touch with us and then we can definitely help you. Leave me a comment down below.